All right, folks, I got another unboxing for you, and what we have here today is a book, and I'm gonna open this up so you can see what it is. Gotta be careful though. Oh, I think there's other stuff in here. Is there, or is that just bubble wrap? Oh, it's it's bubble wrap. Yeah, okay. So what I have here is the new Paul McCartney book, 1964, Eyes of the Storm, and this is a picture book of photos that Paul McCartney took. And it is quite a large book. I didn't expect it to be this big. Here, let me show you. So, yeah, that's a lot of pages. Let's do a... Why don't they make this plastic like easier to open? There we go. Okay, so off goes the plastic. Now this came out like a month ago. I didn't get it right away. It was kind of expensive. I think it was like 70 bucks. But it went down in price to like 45 bucks. So here it is. So this here is like a book sash, I guess. I don't know. Let's see. Just take this thing off without breaking it. Okay, there it goes. So yeah, it's just like a sash or whatever. Take a look at the cover again without the sash. I'm guessing these are fans running after his car along with the other Beatles. Here is the back. Millions of eyes were suddenly upon us, creating a picture I will never forget. Paul McCartney. Cool. All right. Let's take a look inside. I'm gonna point the camera down a little. Let's see, there we go. Oh, much better. All right, so it looks like it has pictures from Liverpool, London, Paris, New York, Washington, D.C., and Miami. My guess here that this is, since it's 1964, this is right before the Ed Sullivan Show. They found out about their number one, their first number one hit in the United States, I Want to Hold Your Hand. They found out about that while they were in Paris. And then, you know, they went to New York, and the tour went to D.C., then Miami. And there is a forward. Okay. Very cool. More text than I thought there would be. Yeah, I like this picture of them here. The Muhammad Ali. Let me put this over just a little. Let's see. Civil rights protests. Okay, and here come the photographs. I'm not gonna go through the whole book because it is, let's see, it's over 300 pages. So we'll do some highlights. Here's some negatives here on the left. A forward for this specific chapter, and these are pictures specifically from Liverpool in 1964. There's Brian. That's a cool picture of John. I'm hoping to see a lot of pictures I haven't seen before, which, this is Frida Kelly. She was their, she ran the Beatles fan club. There is a great documentary called, Good Old Frida. I think it's on Amazon. You should be able to at least buy it for pretty cheap. I really highly recommend it. It's quite the tearjerker at the end too. These are like tour pictures. So there goes Mal, who died quite tragically in the 70s in Los Angeles in a shootout with the police, which is kind of crazy because from all accounts, he was quite a warm-hearted person. These are fantastic pictures. Like, no pun intended, but just like a day in the life of them on tour. There's Paul. There's Jane Asher, whom of which a lot of Beatles songs up until I'd say at least 1966, if Paul performed or wrote a love song, I should say, they were probably about Jane. That's Jane's brother, who was in, I forget the name of the group, but A World Without Love was written by Paul McCartney, and it became a #1 for them, because of course it did. Great pictures of John and Paul. More candid photos. Let's see. Performance on the right there. Hanging out. John looking pretty cool with his sunglasses. John looking pretty cool with his glasses. He was pretty blind. I don't think they had contact lenses back then, so he just rolled around with no glasses. Ringo and George looking pretty cool. More Mal. John, I've seen this picture before. Oh. This is George Martin's wife. Look. Judy Lockhart Smith, who worked at Polyphone Records and went to marry George Martin in 1966. Oh, interesting. Okay. John and... I don't know who that is. I probably should know that. These are George's parents. George with 2 hats. Is that enough? I guess that's a fan looking on. Very moody shot there. Paul and Ringo. All 4 Beatles. Great picture. The pre-cell phone selfies there. This is in Paris. Now this here is kind of what I expected from that Pink Floyd book, which I did return, by the way. If anyone saw my unboxing of like that live Dark Side of the Moon record along with the book, I thought the book would be more like this, where, yeah, it had photos, but this, has text, some forwards. Like the other book was literally just pictures and was kind of lame. Look at George here, he's tired. So I did return that, but this I'm really digging so far. Sophie Hardy, very attractive. This kind of reminds me of that Lionel Richie video. I think this is on the Revolver album cover. I'm like 99% sure that was used on Revolver. That's a nice picture. More behind the scenes pictures. Neil Aspinall, who went to run Apple Records, I think, until he died. And there's John and Brian on the left. Cynthia. Oh, these are from New York. I grew up in New York, by the way, for people who may not know. I'm from Brooklyn. Live in New Jersey now. George was sick, just like I am right now, which is why he wasn't part of these Central Park pictures. It was just the other 3 Beatles. Nice overhead shot. This is a nice picture. New York looks so different now, over almost 60 years later. John with his glasses and his wife. This is New York DJ Murray the K. He really pushed the Beatles before they came to the United States. Kind of called himself the 5th Beatle, and was played by Bill Murray in the Ruddles. which is a pretty hilarious movie, especially for Beatle fans. More text. Ringo having a grand old time there. There's George Martin. Oh, I watched this, today's July 17th. Yesterday on CBS Morning, Paul was interviewed and he was talking about this picture that he took, and he really likes this picture. He said this is a very similar look to like a working class person in Liverpool, and he liked how happy he was and all that. It is a great picture. There's the White House, the Capitol building. Very cool. The snow. Coliseum where they played. That's where they had like that rotating stage for the group. And Ringo had to rotate his own drums, which wouldn't happen today. Artists these days don't even tune their own instruments. Playing shots. You still see these all over Instagram. There's Ringo. Fans waiting for them, I guess, in Miami. Since, let's take it. Am I up to Miami? Yeah, there's people wearing shorts, so this has to be Miami. Yep. No, this is a cool wide shot here. Oh, yeah, Paul talked about this, too. He said this is the first time he ever saw, like, a police officer with a gun, which makes sense because English cops don't have guns. So that really stuck out to him, he said. That's a cool picture. This is from their hotel room. You know, they used to say that the only time they really had time to themselves is when they went to the bathroom, which is kind of sad when you think about it. Seagulls. There's John. I'm guessing that this is a rehearsal for the Ed Sullivan Show, which is cool. You know, I'm pretty far in this. You might as well just finish it off. Now look at George looking pretty cool. Look how young he looks. He even has spots. Like, the Beatles were kids, man. I think he might have been 21 or 22 when this picture was taken. John was 23. I think, yeah, Ringo was also probably 23. They didn't turn 24 until July and October. So, yeah, these are really young guys. And I think sometimes we forget about that. Cool. Oh, these are great pictures, especially this one of John. There's that famous George Harrison scowl. It's Cynthia looking very 60s there. You know, sometimes I look at the Beatles and I kind of forget that they're from the 60s, and then I see other people around them who clearly look like they're from the 60s. And it looks kind of strange to me sometimes. I don't know if that makes sense to anyone else, but it makes sense in my head. Paul McCartney, known for wearing vests. And it looks like he caught a catfish there, though I'm no zoologist. Like, you see, she looks very, very 60s. Let's see, my Miami date, Diane Levine, a fellow Gemini. I called her for Miss Levine at her father's office, and then we went to a drive-in movie together. Okay, so this is like a girl that he went on a date with, I guess. I don't know why I went back there. Oh, that's a great sunset picture. Oh, looks like the book is wrapping up. Some more behind-the-scenes photos. You know, it's really cool to just see pictures of the Beatles, just being regular people. And this book really shows that. Just them you know, doing what we all do when we have moments to ourselves. And it looks like, yeah, this is just okay, very cool book. Definitely worth the $45 I paid for this, shipped, which I bought this yesterday. So if anyone is interested in buying this book themselves, it should still be the same price on Amazon. So yeah, anyway, that's it for today. My next video should be the Last of Us Steelbook unboxing, which I had to import from England. Should be here by next week. Hopefully there isn't any kind of delays on it, but yeah, that's going to be my next video. So anyway, thank you for watching.